Good morning, students. Welcome to the next session of SST. Today I am here with a new topic, democratic government. So, students, what is a democratic government? Democracy is a form of government where people have the right to participate in the governance of the country through their elected representatives. India is a sovereign democratic republic. It is also known as representative democracy. We elect our leaders or representatives who take decisions and fulfill our aspirations. So students, first I am going to discuss with you types of government. On the basis of the source of power, government around the world can broadly be classified into three main types. Monarchy, dictatorship and democracy. First I am going to discuss with you monarchy. In a monarchy, the monarch or king or queen has the power to run the country. The king or the queen is the head of the government and has the power to take all important decisions. When the monarch dies, the power automatically passes to the eldest child, who then becomes the monarch. This system ensures stability and continuity. The biggest disadvantage of this system is that the people have no right to choose their ruler. They also do not enjoy the power and freedom to question the policies of the government. Second type of government is dictatorship. When one person heads the government and governs on the basis of his or her own wishes, without paying any attention to the wishes and needs of the people. It is called dictatorship. In this type of government, the dictator assumes sole and absolute power and his or her word becomes the law. It is an undesirable and unpopular form of government where people sometimes have to face hardships of the dictator. Germany under Adolf Hitler was under dictatorship. We have the right to express our opinions and views about the policies of the government, and this kind of government is called democracy. The representatives of the people put forward the people's viewpoint and the government has to take note of public opinion because ultimately it is responsible to the people. Main features of Number 1. Right of the people to elect their leaders. Number 2. Right of the people to express their views freely regarding the policies of the government. Number 3. Right of the people to change the government. Abraham Lincoln, one of the greatest presidents of the USA, defined democracy as the government of the people, by the people and for the people. I am going to discuss with you the elements of democracy. Electing representatives by exercising right to vote is the key element of democracy. Through voting in elections, people elect leaders to represent them. These representatives take decisions on behalf of the people. While making policies, they keep the interests of the people in mind. In a democracy, the government is elected for a fixed period. The period, elections are held again. If the people are satisfied with the government, they may re-elect it. If not, they may elect another government. In India, elections are generally held after every 5 years. There are other ways of participation in democracy. Voting is one way of participating in the process of government. People can participate in government process in many other ways also. They can keep a watch on the working of the government by asking questions, seeking explanations, and criticizing the government through their elected members. In a democratic country such as India, people show an active interest in the functioning of the government by expressing public media, like writing in newspapers and magazines. They can even express their views through electronic media such as television or radio. If people are always aware of the policies followed by the government and take an active interest in its functioning, the democratic character of our government can be preserved. Another key element of democracy is accountability, which means being responsible for one's actions. The representatives are accountable to the people if they are found to be corrupt, dishonest, or irresponsible. The judiciary and the police may play a productive role in dealing with dishonest representatives and bringing them to task. The independence of the judiciary ensures that judges are not influenced in the discharge of their duties. If a law passed by the executive goes on, the judiciary can declare it to be null and void. Hence, the judiciary acts as the guardian of the constitution. Democracy is incomplete without freedom, so freedom is also the key element of democracy. It can be a true democracy only when people enjoy freedom, like freedom of speech and expression, freedom to practice the religion of their choice, and freedom to move within the country. These types of freedom exercised in a democratic country, provided they do not break any law or harm the interest of other members of society or communities. Such freedom is not absolute. It can be restricted to protect the nation's sovereignty and integrity, public peace or harmony. The Indian Constitution lays down rules and regulations which people and the government are expected to follow to avoid and resolve conflicts. Resolving conflicts is also the key element of democracy. Whenever people live together, there is the possibility of conflict. If a country has people belonging to different cultures, regions, races, and religious groups, there is a major possibility of conflict. When people's opinions differ, they sometimes begin to settle scores irrationally, using violent means of their group join in and create an atmosphere of fear and insecurity. It is at this time that the government has to step to resolve the conflict. Interstate disputes are common reasons for conflict. Scarce natural resources such as river water has been a source of tension between states in India for a long time. The central government can try to resolve such types of conflicts. The main key element of democracy is equality and justice. The twin values of equality and justice are the guiding principles of a democracy. Democracy is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. The value of equality is the foundation of democracy. No government can be stable if some of citizens are denied opportunities provided to others. This is created on the grounds of caste, race, color, gender, and religion are enemies of democracy, and these have to be dealt with using legal and humanitarian methods. The Constitution of India mentions that justice must encompass economic, social, and political aspects. Indian society can progress only if all members are given equal opportunities in all respects. Special efforts are being made to promote education of the girl child. The government has been drawing out special schemes to promote the cause of women. Empowerment of women is central to the growth and development of India. Equality can be brought about by a legal system. Justice is fair and effective only if it is able to protect the weaker sections of the society. So students, in this session, I discussed with you types of government, what is democracy, key elements of the democracy. Hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you for watching the video.